Hi, this is Jacob with RemoveVirus.org, and today we're going to be taking a look at how to remove Internet Security 2010 from your computer. And this is basically what it looks like, and it's going to go ahead and give you tons of a warning message, such as the one you're going to see here. And in the system tray, you're also going to notice there'll be the red X and then the fake security shield down here. And Internet Security 2010 is a rogue security client. It is fake. It gives false and exaggerated threats. Same with all the warnings that it'll give you. And it asks you to purchase the product. To purchase it, I believe it's $50, right around there, $49.95 or something. It is false, so do not purchase it. You're just giving your money out to scammers out there. And I'm sure we'll come up against quite a few other errors that are going to pop up. And this is a mutation of a few other security clients out there, nothing new. So let's go ahead and move on to how to remove this threat. Now, for the individuals out there who can actually use the task manager, I do recommend going that route first. And that would be holding down the Control Alt Delete key at the same time. This is going to work. I'm currently on an XP system. This is going to work the same on Windows 7 and Windows Vista 2 as well. We've tested it on them all. So Control Alt Delete. Again, that's Control Alt Delete, or Windows 7, Windows Vista. You can hit the Control Shift Escape. And don't worry, all this is on our RemoveVirus.org website. Definitely check it out. We have the handwritten guide there. We do not answer any questions to any videos, except for on our website. So just so you know, if you ask a question, it's probably not going to get answered here, or at least not by a professional. So you need to go to the RemoveVirus.org website, ask your questions there. Also, if this ends up being too hard for you, you can always have the pros over at onlinecomputerrepair.org remove this for you. They're really good at what they do, but we'll get you taken care of here. So again, that site is onlinecomputerrepair.org. They're experts at removing threats like this online. So these are just some of the errors that pop up on you. Go ahead and right-click on the Internet Security tool, or Internet Security 2010. Select, go down to Properties. And so what we're going to show here is the actual path to where this file is. So this is the actual path to the Internet Security 2010, and it's in the Program Files, Internet Security, and here's the actual executable file right there. So something you can try to do, and we'll see if this will work on here. And I don't think it's going to with this threat. Some threats it does, other threats it doesn't. But you're going to want to take note of this file location irregardless, because you're going to need it at a later date. And one thing you're going to notice too is your computer is going to be severely slow. Ours is really jamming around here. So let's go ahead and right click on the file name. Hit rename. So what we're going to attempt to do is rename the file. Chances are it's not going to let us rename it because it's currently in use, and it did not. So it's not going to let us delete it either because it's currently in use, and it's locking out the task manager. If you recall that error we just had pop up a little bit earlier on us, I can bring that error up again. And you're going to get that a lot when you try to open up anything. Let's say your security client that's currently involved in the system. So what we need to do is we need to stop this process from running. So to do that, we're going to use a trick here that these guys did not disable for us, which is nice. Go ahead and hit the Windows Start button and go to Run, and then type in msconfig. Again, this is on the website too as well. Should be at least. Windows Vista and 7 users, it's just in the Start Search bar there. Go ahead and hit that in, hit Enter, or hit Select OK. And it could take up to 30 seconds for a minute for the msconfig window to pop up here for us. And sometimes you do have to enter it in multiple times, but usually just once will work. And so what we're going to do is go under the Startup tab right here. And we're going to scan down where you see the IS 2010. We're going to want to uncheck that. That is basically, it's the registry key telling this program to start up. And let's scroll down real quick here. And I'm seeing this right here too, which I'm unfamiliar with, to be honest with you, this SMSS32. If that's there, go ahead and uncheck that. I cannot tell you honestly what that's for, so I'm not necessarily saying uncheck it, but if you got it, I think it's a false threat. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. It's going to ask me, do I want to reboot? I'm going to say yes, I do want to reboot. I want to go ahead and restart. And the system's going to reboot, and I'll see you on the other side. Alright, we rebooted our computer, and as soon as you reboot, try to open up the task manager right away. most likely you still will get this error coming up again, but from there you can go ahead and hit Control Alt Delete again and bring up the Task Manager again, and that's very important. So we'll go ahead and leave that particular error up, and now the Task Manager is staying open for us, and this only works the very first time you reboot. The second time you reboot, you'll have to go back in and rechange around your startup menu again. You're going to see this come up. This is very normal. I just hit don't show anymore, hit OK, and that's just the system configuration utility, and this is that SMS S32.exe that tried to go on us, so I'm going to go ahead and cancel that because we don't want it to run. I believe that's actually part of the Netski threat. And here's Internet Explorer. See, and it's already trying to pop back up on me again. See, it's quick. So that's why you got to be really fast at this. I'm just going to hit End Process again. End it. Yes. And now the other threat we're going to want to remove right away is you'll notice that there's still that icon in the system tray down. And I believe both are. It's hard to tell right now. Let me make sure that the SMS isn't running in here. And I'm not seeing it. And most likely that WinLogon's probably infected too as well. Very common. So I'm gonna, with leaving this up, I'm gonna go to my Internet Security 2010. I'm gonna find that file path again. I believe it was Program Files Internet Security 2010. I believe it was pretty basic. Yep. And for the last 2 weeks it's been that way. I expect it to change a little bit. It might say IS 2010 or something like that. I'm going to go ahead, bring the Windows Explorer back up. And you notice I still have the Task Manager open, and that's just in case this threat tries to pop up on me again. You can either browse to it through the C drive. I just like to pop it in there. Gets me right to it. I'm going to right click on it. We're going to delete it. Yes, I want to delete it. Alright, now that's deleted. I'm actually going to go to the program files, and so this client right now can't restart on me because I actually deleted the executable. Now that doesn't mean that another Trojan on my system isn't going to come down and reinstall it on there. You're still infected, and chances are you have Trojans on there, which is why part of showing you this isn't necessarily for you to remove the whole entire threat yourself. It's to get you to the point where you can now use a security client to remove the rest of it for you. We don't recommend going to the registry or unregistering products. So now I'll go ahead and hit OK and close down the Task Manager right away on me. But that's alright because I shouldn't need it necessarily anymore. So now I'm going to go in, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pop open a Spyro Doctor with Antivirus. This is a client I like to use a lot, and it's one that's known to work against this. And we do have a coupon on our website for it too at removevirus.org. Just do a search for Internet Security 2010. That article will pop up for you. So I'm going to go ahead and enable this client, and I'm going to run a quick scan on the system just to see the other traces that we're going to have to remove. So we went ahead and ran a quick scan just to pick up the traces that we're going to need to remove here. And there are a few more, and again we're going to have this written down on our website because I'm going to go through this really fast because we're limited to 10 minutes on our videos here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it. I'm going to browse to these locations here, and we're going to go ahead and delete basically right here's the documents and settings, and I'm going to, my username will be here, and I'm just following this path and deleting these files. And I'm going to go ahead and go to Windows System 32, delete the helper 32.dll, and that looks like it's on our layered service providers, so it's also hijacking it. It's doing a browser hijack basically, and also deleting the Internet Security link. It looks like it's there in Internet Explorer too as well. So we're going to go ahead and be deleting those files, and once I delete those, let's jump down here. That just has to do with the helper 32.dll, which we'll probably want to unregister too as well. And under the registry values here, we're going to browse down to these registry keys, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And let's go ahead and do that first, just so you know. And there's another registry key right here that's very important to get rid of, and that's probably the same as the one up above. Yeah, it's very similar to it. So let's go ahead and browse to this registry key. Now, what you're going to do is go to, and I don't recommend anybody actually doing this, but this is a instructional and educational guide, so I'm doing it. Go to Run, Reg Edit, and what this is going to do is it's going to bring up the Windows Registry Editor. And I'm actually going to browse down to that location. So it's HKey users, and it'll take a minute or two for it to pop up. I actually changed my mind. I went ahead and I brought up the msconfig menu, and we have this in our guide. I'm going to go to the H key, current user, software, Microsoft Windows current version run. There's H key.